Hi, welcome to the Blueshirts Corner. So the Rangers are going to be playing the Washington Capitals tomorrow afternoon, and I just thought I'd give everybody a little bit of an update on this Emerson Edom situation, as all day I've been hearing that a transaction is going to happen, that Emerson Edom is either getting sent to the Hartford Wolfpack for a conditioning stint, which could last up to 2 weeks, or he's getting traded. And there were a lot of teams calling up Jeff Gorton looking for Emerson Edom's services. As this day has progressed, it just so happens that Jeff Gorton decides to trade Emerson Edom to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for Nicholas Jensen and a 2017 6th-round pick. Anybody else think that this is just dumb? This is the Vancouver Canucks version of Emerson Edom. He's literally a 29th overall pick, just like Emerson Edom. Emerson Edom was drafted in 2010. This kid is drafted in 2011. This trade has Alain Vigneault written all over it, and I really feel like by the rate that we're going, that Alain Vigneault might be out of a job, and now I'm just getting more and more frustrated with this organization. At this point, it's like, when is enough going to be enough? Like, we need defense right now, and I'm thinking we're gonna trade Emerson Edom, pick up at least a young defenseman to go to the Hartford Wolfpack. Maybe we recall somebody, or a young defenseman just to fill in here, to do something. I mean, as our defense is clearly the issue, I thought we would go out and get some kind of D, and instead we keep the blue line as is, as Keith Yandel's name continuously keeps on coming up as the guy who's getting traded away. That's gonna be the big move, and the day that they trade away Keith Yandel, and if they even get anything less than a first-round pick and at least a defenseman or two, at least somebody that could play with Ryan McDonough, just somebody to replace a guy like Dan Girardi, who's just, this guy cost us in 2014, and now he just became a complete bust right in front of our eyes just this whole season. I mean, I'll be honest, this knee injury isn't helping anything. I'd feel a little bit better knowing that he's playing hurt than to be like, he's back, he's healthy, and he just sucks. I mean, that's the point that it's getting to. Dan Girardi is just unreliable, in my opinion. I know that we came off of a nice 6-2 win to Dallas, but I mean, I could only imagine we're playing the Washington Capitals, and Ovechkin, whose stick isn't cooling down anytime soon, as he's 3 goals away from 500. I mean, when's enough going to be enough? If we lose tomorrow afternoon to the Washington Capitals, that should be a warning sign that, hey, we're 41 games in the season and nothing has changed. We need to blow up this blue line and blow it up real quick. As a guy like Dan Boyle, whose contract is up after the season, he's clearly either gonna retire or sign with a different team, because there's no way he's coming back next season. And we might as well trade away Dan Boyle and try to get at least some kind of draft picks. Let's trade away Dan Girardi. Let's have a guy like McElrath play, and let's recall some guys from Hartford. Let's convince Mark Stahl. Let's try to trade Mark Stahl to at least a cup contending team. I mean, I'm sure that he'll lift his no move cause if it's a cup contending team, and he knows that he's got a chance. The days of we're going to trade Mark Stahl to the Carolina Hurricanes, no, that's not happening. They're looking to trade his brother Eric Stahl out of Carolina, so that's not happening. And I'm just hoping that we do something and do something quick. I feel like, let's just call up Matt Bodie, let's just have McElrath play and call it a day. Because if they even decide to trade Yandel away, we're looking at Armageddon. Like, if we're in a rebuild mode by the end of this season, then I'm going to be disappointed, because I feel like Henrik Lundqvist isn't going to win a cup if we rebuild at all. Because, I mean, I feel like the closest we're ever going to get is the last 3 seasons. As 2014 was good, I mean, this season, I don't even know. At least if we keep Yandel, we have a shot at making the playoffs and possibly going far in the playoffs. But if we trade away Yandel, it better be for some defense. Otherwise, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, because we already gave up so much to get Yandel that I couldn't possibly think of what we could get in return to make up for it. I mean, the fact that we could trade trade away Emerson Edom, like the way we could trade away Carl Hagelin for Emerson Edom, and now trade away Edom for a guy that's even worse than Emerson Edom, the fact that we could trade away Duclair, John Moore, and what's going to be a first-round pick to the Arizona Coyotes for Keith Yandel, I can only imagine, what are we going to get in return for Keith Yandel? It's not going to be equivalent to what we gave up. I'm just disappointed now. I mean, I feel like if Jeff Gorton doesn't do something big, when I say big, find a way to move the guys that are causing the issues on the blue line, get a good guy to play with Ryan McDonough, and then I could say, okay, but otherwise, I feel like we need a new GM. And for me to say that, it means that Jeff Gorton, you've been around long enough to know what you have in front of you and what's going on with this team. I mean, he's been the assistant GM for seasons now. I mean, I understand that Glenn Sather was the guy that made the final decision, but Jeff Gorton was right next to him as a lot of these moves were made. And the fact that I thought that he was going to restock the cupboard, and now it looks like he did nothing to help us this season. So why not just at this point try to move some guys and get some either blue chip prospect or get some draft picks for the guys that are concerning me. Anyway, I'm gonna keep everybody posted, and just remember, let's go Rangers.